Students, today will be discuss about the way of the words explanation. No, I shall fly, and we followed to the last moment. Though I am upon the very verge of matrimony, I expect you should select me as much as if I were wavering at the gate of monastery with one foot over the threshold. I shall be selected to the very last nay and afterwards. Okay, इसका कॉन्टेक्स्ट है Millamant and Mirabel are talking together on the questions their love and marriage, and so they have put forward their own conditions. Mirabel says that just as the pursuit of Phoebus ended in great delight, so his pursuit of Millamant will also come to a similar end. What Millamant does not agree with him, and poor lover is a little disheartened. Explanation: in this dialogue, Millamant warns Mirabel that he should not be proud of his great love for her, but he also should not conclude that his pursuit of her has come to an end. Rather, it is a long and endless process which should continue for the whole life. She wishes that Mirabel should go on courting her as ever, at least till their marriage is fully performed. Agreement to marry does not mean the end of their love. She tells him that his love should remain as hate and faithful as it has been up to this moment. His love should create the impression that she is in the state of indecision, otherwise their mutual love and affection will soon come to end. She tells that she does not wish that Mirabel should feel confident of her love, and that he should court her not till their marriage is performed, but even after it. The speech shows the typical illustration social atmosphere where marriage is just a contract, but these lovers indicate sincerity and mutual devotion. मिराबेल तथा मिलामेंट अपने विवाह से पूर्व अपनी शर्तें बताते हैं। मिलामेंट उसे चेतावनी देती है कि उसे यह अभिमान नहीं होना चाहिए कि वह उसे बहुत प्रेम करता है और विवाह के पश्चात उसका प्रेम में पीछा करने का कार्य समाप्त हो गया है, बल्कि ये प्रेम एक लंबी अनंत प्रक्रिया है और सारे जीवन चलेगी। वह चाहती है मिराबेल जीवन भर उसे प्रेमी के समान ही प्रेम करता रहे, कम से कम जब तक विवाह वास्तव में संपन्न न हो जाए। विवाह के लिए सहमति का अर्थ ये नहीं है कि उनका प्रेम समाप्त हो गया है। वह कहती है कि उसका प्रेम उसी प्रकार उत्तेजनापूर्वक रहना चाहिए जैसे इस समय है। उसके प्रेम से अनिश्चितता झलकनी चाहिए, अन्यथा उनका आपसी प्रेम बिल्कुल समाप्त हो जाएगा। वह ये नहीं चाहती कि मिराबेल को उसके प्रेम का पूर्ण विश्वास हो जाए। वह केवल उनके विवाह तक ही नहीं बल्कि उसके बाद भी उससे प्रेम करे। Next, I shall do it in 3 weeks. He shall be barefoot in a 1 month out of knees, but with beginning on and arms. He shall start upward and upward till he has nothing living but his head, and then go out in a stink like a candles and upon a safe earth. Context: Lady Wishford states to Sir Rowland and Mirabel, his nephew, spent hours together at her feet, expressing his passion and love for her. Sir Rowland burst into rage on knowing that his nephew has been his rival in love too. He promises Lady Wishford that his nephew's life quite limited. Explanation: Lady Wishford requests Sir Rowland now not to give instant death to Mirabel but kill him slowly, in degrees, bit by bit, and wait well obliges her, while saying that he shall be too pleased to carry out her command, and he will stop giving him the money for his sustenance. In 3 weeks' time, he will walk without any shoes on his feet, and in a month, his trousers will wear out at the knees, and he will be out on the street forced to beg alms to keep himself alive. Then onwards, he will be made to starve his knees upward till his whole body shrinks and shrivels with his head. Finally, the candle of his life will blow out like a taper whose flame dies out suddenly. The character of Whitwell as a shrewd contriver is very remarkable. He has the capacity to handle the situation successfully, and such intrigues were quite common in the Restoration Society. वेटवेल को सर राउलैंड के बेस में लेडी विशफोर्ड बताती है कि मिरावेल उसके पैरों में बैठकर अपना प्रेम किया करता था। सर राउलैंड ये जानकर क्रोध में पागल हो जाता है कि उसका भतीजा ही उसके प्रेम से प्रतिस्पर्धा कर रहा है। अतः वह कहता है कि इस भतीजे का जीवन बहुत सीमित है। लेडी सर राउलैंड से प्रार्थना करती है कि वह मिरावेल को तुरंत नहीं मारे बल्कि धीरे धीरे टुकड़ों में करके मारे, और वेटवेल को ये कहकर उस पर एहसान करता है कि उससे उसके आदेश करके प्रसन्नता होगी और अब उसके जीवन मापन के लिए कोई धन नहीं देगा। 3 ही सप्ताह के समय वह जूतों के बिना घूमेगा और 1 महीने में उसकी पैंट घुटनों से फट जाएगी, और अपने को जीवित रखने के लिए उसे सड़क पर भीख मांगने के लिए निकलना पड़ेगा। उसके बाद वह घुटनों पर भूखा मरेगा, उसका सारा शरीर सिकुड़ जाएगा और शरीर से हिलने लगेगा। अंत में उसके जीवन की लौ मोमबत्ती के समाप्त होने के बाद लौ की तरह बुझ जाएगी। Here Millamant talks about love and lovers. According to her, the greatness and charm of love increase as much as one asks for it from his beloved. Though it may happen in everyday life of man, she believes that a true lover should always depend upon the mercy and kindness of the beloved and should not separate himself from her even for a moment. If he considers himself independent, he is not a true lover. If a man thinks that he has succeeded in love, he is certainly miserable, because the feeling of satisfaction in the eyes of lover is the symbol that love is coming to an end. There is nothing so impudent love. She compares the condition of a husband and a lover and tells that a husband has self-assurance that his love has been completed after marriage, but lover is self-confident. The ideas of a husband are thus not true but self-deceptions at last. She comes to explain her real intention, that she will not be ready to marry him unless she is sure that she will enjoy her own life and shall be free to live as she pleases. She will marry only when she feels pleasure in it and not before. The wit of Millamant is quite clear in this dialogue. In the Restoration Society, marriage and love were two different things, and man and woman had their own conditions and considerations about him. This is a very famous scene when Mirabelle and Millamant put their conditions before each other, and they will marry only if these conditions are settled. This shows that for them marriage is a contract and a settlement, and that they consider marriage as bondage and loss of their pleasure and freedom. लेडी फिशफोर्ड सर विल्फुल तथा मिलामेंट के विवाह की योजना बना रही है और श्रीमती फेनोल उन्हें ज़बरदस्ती कमरे में बंद कर देती है। वह पूरी तरह से नशे में बात भी नहीं कर पाता। इसी बीच मिरावेल वहाँ पहुँच जाता है, शिकायत करता है कि उसे बहुत समय से ढूंढ रहा है, वह इस कमरे में बंद है। मिलामेंट उससे प्रेम व प्रेमियों के बारे में पूछती है और कहती है कि प्रेम की मात्रा इतनी ही अधिक होती है जितना वह प्रेमिका से चाहता है। सच्चे प्रेमी को सदैव प्रेमिका की दया पर निर्भर रहना चाहिए और एक क्षण के लिए उससे अलग नहीं होना चाहिए। यदि वह स्वयं को स्वतंत्र मानता है तो वह सच्चा प्रेमी नहीं है। यदि प्रेम की समाप्ति का चिन्ह है तो पति व प्रेमी की तुलना करती है कि पति में यह आत्मसंतोष होता है कि विवाह के पश्चात उसका प्रेम पूर्ण हो गया, परंतु प्रेमी में आत्मविश्वास होता है पति के विचार स्वयं को धोखा देते हैं। उसका वास्तविक अर्थ यह है कि वह उससे तब तक विवाह नहीं करेगी जब तक उसे विश्वास न हो जाए कि वह अपने जीवन को जैसे चाहे स्वतंत्रतापूर्वक आनंद उठाएगी। रेस्टोरेशन समाज में प्रेम तथा विवाह अलग चीज़ें थी। मिरावेल व मिलामेंट विवाह के लिए अपनी शर्तें रखते हैं और ये बहुत प्रसिद्ध दृश्य माना जाता है कि विवाह को बंधन मानते हैं और ये एकमात्र समझौता होता है। Lady Wishford had been contriving to marry Sir Whitfield with Millamant, and so Mrs. Fennell shuts them forcibly in a room. He is badly drunk and is not able to talk to her properly. In the meantime, Mirabelle reaches there and complains that he has been searching for her for a long time while she has shut herself up in the room in this manner. The wit of Millamant is quite clear in this dialogue. In the Restoration Society, marriage and love were two different things, and man and woman had their own conditions and considerations about them. This is a very famous scene when Mirabelle and Millamant put their conditions before each other and that they will marry only if these conditions are settled. This shows that for them marriage is a contract and a settlement, and that they consider marriage as bondage and loss of their pleasure and freedom.